Welcome back to another video on Maanav Sports Talk. In this video, I'm going to be doing my CFP College Football Playoff predictions for the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, where we've got Alabama, the number 1 team, taking on number 4 ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and the number 2 Clemson Tigers taking on the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes. So for the first college football playoff semifinal, we got the Rose Bowl, the number 1 overall Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the number 4 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. This game will be at 3 p.m. on ESPN at Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium on New Year's Day, so on Friday. And this is going to be a really, really fun game, really interesting to watch, but mostly pretty much everybody's predicting Alabama to pull this off, the Crimson Tide to go to another national championship once again, as they are just powerhouse this year on the offensive side, having possibly 3 Heisman candidates. If you think about it, maybe you don't take Najee Harris, but you do still have Mac Jones and Devonta Smith, who are really, really good, and those two are definitely in the Heisman Trophy conversation. And the Alabama offense is just a powerhouse. They're full of explosiveness, and Notre Dame's got a big task ahead of them, trying to stop this powerful offense and somehow keep them off the field. And in order to do that, they're going to have to rely on their excellent quarterback this year, Ian Book, who's been really good this year. He's been 15-2 in touchdown to interception ratio, a 64% completion rate, and 2,601 yards this year. He has been really, really good, and that's how Notre Dame have been back to the college football playoff with a 10-1 record. It's been a great season for Notre Dame, but in the ACC championship, they disappointed and couldn't pull it out as Clemson beat them up 34-10. And Notre Dame, as in their name, the Fighting Irish, will be continue to fight in this game. They'll give it their all, as you'd expect in the Rose Bowl. I think it's going to be a really close game, a very, very competitive game here. It's going to be really, really fun, and the spirits are going to be high for the Fighting Irish to try and pull this off somehow. And in order for them to do it, they're going to have to run the ball, and that's most important for them. They need to run the ball, control the clock, make sure this powerful offense of Alabama is kept on the sidelines. Ian Book is going to have to use his scrambling ability, and Notre Dame is going to have to control time of possession throughout the entire game if they want to stand a chance. And you're going to have to long drives that come in with touchdowns. You can't settle for field goals in this game against this powerful offense. And Notre Dame defense is just going to have to try and see who they can stop. But it's going to be hard. Either you have to try and stop Devonta Smith and Mac Jones or Najee Harris. But it's going to be a difficult task for them. But if they're going to have any chance, they're going to have to put up a lot of points and control most of the time of possession in this game. But here's my prediction for the Rose Bowl. Alabama 35, Notre Dame 33, Bama rolls on. They go into the national championship once again. Next up, we're talking about the Sugar Bowl, which is on New Year's Day as well, on ESPN. Both of these games are on ESPN, by the way. And this game will be at 7 p.m. at New Orleans, I would think in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, I think. But either way, we got number 2 Clemson Tigers taking on the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes. As you can see on the screen, it's going to be the matchup of these two really, really great quarterbacks, that the best quarterbacks in the country besides the other two, Kyle Trask and Mac Jones, got Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. These two are going to go get at it this year. If you remember last year in the Fiesta Bowl, we had Clemson pull out an upset, as Ohio State was expected to win. I think they're like the number 2 ranked team, and Clemson surprised them 29-23. The game ended with a Justin Fields interception where Trevor Lawrence hooked up with Travis Etienne for the go-ahead touchdown, and the defense was able to get an interception of Justin Fields. Now, Ohio State only playing 6 games this year in the Big Ten. They were the Big Ten champions, beating Northwestern 22-10, where their running back, Trey Sermon, had 331 yards and 2 touchdowns, was insane, completely broke all records was totally insane. And Justin Fields really didn't have too great of a game where he threw 2 interceptions. He just wasn't too great in that game. He only had 35 yards rushing. But it's going to be a high-scoring game. The Ohio State defense is not really too good. And Clemson, you can never doubt Clemson. They're always going to be really strong, especially with Trevor Lawrence, who might be moving on into the NFL draft this year. So he'll be looking to finish his college football career with a national championship. So it's going to be a high-scoring game, I think. It's going to be really good. Can Ohio State run the ball effectively with Trey Sermon and Justin Fields is really going to be important to see in this game. And Trevor Lawrence, can he use his legs, and can him and Travis Etienne really take control of this game? Lawrence has been really good this year, 22 touchdowns to 4 interceptions and 2,753 yards and a 69% completion rate in 11 games this year. And they were the ACC champions. They beat up Notre Dame, and they were up at 1.31-3 against Notre Dame. So got 2 champions going head-to-head, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And don't doubt Ohio State. They may come out here. Justin Fields might have a really good game, but I think Trevor Lawrence's legs are going to be another key factor in this game. And let's get to my pick. I got Clemson winning 43-38, a really high-scoring game, but I think Clemson pulls it out, and Dabo Swinney, their head coach, is going to be really good, and he fired up kind of fired up Ohio State by ranking them so low, but I still think Clemson will get it done this time around. And here's the 2021 CFP National Championship prediction based on the Rose Bowl and Sugar Bowl predictions that I have. Clemson 37, Alabama 34. I think Clemson surprises everyone this year and beats Alabama in the national championship. According to me, I think Clemson is going to win it this year. I know Alabama has a really good defense, a really good offense. They're by far the best team. But I think in this moment, I think Clemson comes out and takes it. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to end his college career with a national championship, and I think Clemson is going to get it done this year. Although Alabama has been tremendous, Mac Jones, I'm not sure who's going to win the Heisman, Mac Jones or Devonta Smith. It could be either one of them, because Mac Jones has had a 76.5 completion percentage, which is really good, 32 touchdowns, about 800 yards, and Devonta Smith 1,500 yards, 98 receptions, and 17 touchdowns. So these two are incredible, and Clemson is going to have to figure out a way to stop Najee Harris if they do make it, in fact, and face Alabama, as Najee Harris had 178 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing, and 67 yards receiving, and 3 touchdowns in that SEC championship game against Florida. So this goes back to the Rose Bowl as well, where Notre Dame is going to have to stop Najee Harris, who had 5 total touchdowns. Mac Jones also had 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, and Devonta Smith had 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the stats are just piled up here for this Alabama offense, and like I said, Notre Dame is going to have to just keep them off the field. That's pretty much all they can do at this point. But that's who I have, and that's my predictions. Something else that I want to point out about Alabama is this year they're 10-0 against conference opponents. That is a record, and Bama, they've won 2 national championships, but they've never won as a number 1 seed, which they are this year. So we'll see if that can finally get done with Mac Jones at the helm, and let's see if they can win their national championship. It's been a couple of years, but they are heavily favored. So thanks for watching this video. Please go down, hit the like button to support my channel. I really appreciate anybody who hits the like button. Really helps my channel out. And please go down and subscribe to my channel for all your football content. Now I've covered college football. Just wanted to cover all my bases here. I haven't done any sort of college football related content on my channel yet. Thought I'd get it out here. Gotta get my CFP picks, and I want to do it, so I want to just cover college football as well. So everything is on this channel, because obviously you know about my NFL picks, power rankings, reactions, commentary, live stream, NBA content is here as well. So all your sports content is right here. So please go down, make sure you subscribe, and enable notifications for all your football content as well as basketball. And by the way, I got this little decoration here for Christmas. It's a good part of my background. Unfortunately, the font is a little bit faded, but there's nothing I can do about it. This is probably like the best you're gonna see it. It says Maanav Sports Talk. There's a football logo, and then it says #1 sports channel. So I know it's a little faded, but that's what it says. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.